Well, hello, Shakopee High School community and students and families and everyone out there. Thank you for coming back again for another episode of The Struggle is Real, where we're giving you talk tips and techniques to help make distance learning just a little bit more successful this year. Before we jump into this episode, we do have an announcement to make, is that on the 17th, we'll have our parent-teacher conferences that evening. And as a part of that, we offer parent info sessions. It's something that we've been doing with our student services, and we offer a variety of different classes and different info sessions specifically for parents that have to do with a wide variety of topics. One of the topics that we will be doing is an open forum about our Struggle is Real series, where we're going to go deeper into the topics that we have discussed. Mostly, we've been spending time with these videos of just giving you a technique, touching on a topic very briefly. But we want to be able to make sure to spend more time to be able to expand on some of these topics, give you all opportunities to ask questions. And so we're going to be doing that on December the 17th. So be on the lookout through your emails, through Infinite Campus Messenger, and also through our Canvas messengers about future announcements about that. But let's begin this week on an important topic about sleep. And with me today, I have Kelly Lai back with us, our school social worker. And she's going to give us some really cool information about sleep, the importance of sleep, and hopefully give us some techniques about how to be able to implement some of these things into our everyday lives. Hey, Kelly, how you doing?
I'm good. Thanks, Mr. Rose. So today we're talking a little bit about sleep, because I think something that we're hearing a lot is that students with distance learning are maybe not on their regular schedules, and some of that involves staying up pretty late at night and maybe missing out on some of the sleep that they really need. Some students are struggling to make it to their first classes, and so we felt like this topic is really important, because I think it's easy to maybe minimize the importance of sleep. I think sometimes it feels like I can get by on less sleep, it's no big deal, and we don't realize just what sleep does for us. So just wanted to kind of mention that sleep is really important for a lot of different reasons. One of the reasons is that we learn a lot throughout the day, and it's believed that during sleep is actually when we store those memories and that information that we've gathered throughout the day. So being able to get a good night's sleep will help you be able to remember that information, be able to use that in the future. Another thing to remember is that getting enough sleep can really help us manage our mood, manage our behavior. Our mental health in general is better when we're getting enough sleep. Sleep can also help us problem solve, be better able to concentrate during the day. Our brain actually functions more poorly when we haven't had enough sleep. So it's really important for those reasons. Also for our physical health, getting enough sleep can actually help prevent certain health conditions. So that's another thing to remember, that sleep is super important for a lot of different reasons.
I almost think about the analogy of like the cell phone battery or the MacBook battery, right? Where it can operate for a certain amount of time on its own without being plugged in. But eventually you're going to have to refill that energy with, with power. Like being plugged in, I almost view it as the analogy for sleep.
Absolutely. We have to recharge our batteries.
So you have some techniques here that you also are sharing with us about how we, as not just students, but families and community members, really anybody, can start doing to be able to start implementing these and getting some better quality sleep.
Yeah, so the first thing I think to remember is that the more consistent our routine can be with sleep, the better our sleep will be, and the easier it will be to fall asleep when we want to. So if we're going to bed at 10 o'clock one night and 2 o'clock the next night, our body really doesn't understand when it should be tired. So trying to get in a routine of going to sleep around the same time every night will be helpful. I know on the weekends, we all maybe want to stay up a little bit later, but try to keep it as consistent as possible, especially during the week. Another thing is just to make sure we're getting enough sleep. So adults generally need about 7 or 8 hours. Teenagers need more. 9 to 10 hours is kind of that sweet spot. That's where you need to be in order to be functioning at your best. Exercise is really important. It can be hard in the winter. It's dark, it's cold. Maybe we're not getting outside and moving our bodies as much, but we're going to be better able to fall asleep at night if we've expended some energy throughout the day. So even just taking a walk in the evening, just doing something active, look up a YouTube video, get some exercise. That will be helpful to get some good sleep. Obviously, we want you guys to avoid alcohol for lots of reasons. One more thing to know about alcohol is that it can cause your sleep to be pretty poor. So that's another reason to stay away from it. And caffeine as well. So we know that caffeine gives us that little energy boost, and certainly that's nice sometimes, but it takes our body quite a while to get that caffeine out of our system and to metabolize it. So try to avoid caffeine after mid-afternoon. So for several hours before you're ready to go to sleep, or you might find yourself just laying awake at night. You want to go to sleep, but your body just can't do it. Another thing, take some breaks from the screens before bed. So I know it's nice to relax, to decompress. Maybe we like to play video games or watch TV, but those things, especially video games, they can really activate your brain. So they make your brain kind of work and they get those neurons firing. And then when we turn it off and we want to go to sleep, it can be hard to do that. Our brain needs a little time to calm down and relax before bed. So give it 30 to 60 minutes off the screens if you can before you go to sleep. Another thing, if you're feeling like maybe your thoughts are racing or you're just, you try to go to sleep at night and for whatever reason you just can't fall asleep, try to get into a routine of doing something really relaxing in that window right before bed. So maybe it's listening to some calm music, maybe just taking a hot bath or shower, meditation, some breathing exercises. These are just good kind of calming strategies to relax our bodies and our minds before we go to sleep at night.
You know, when I'm hearing you say this too, one of the things that's really coming to my mind is this concept of rhythm, where you're talking about, you know, exercise and making sure you have plenty of activity on the front end, but then also being able to calm yourself down and kind of bring yourself down. It's like this ebb and this flow. And these are some really great techniques. These are things that we can actually start doing today. So Kelly, we appreciate you sharing this, and everyone else, we will see you again. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe. We are appreciating all of the love that you all have given us in the views that we have gotten, and we hope that this is beneficial. So if you're enjoying this, you know, do us a favor, make sure you hit the like button, and be sure to share this with somebody who you might find this to be helpful for as well. Meanwhile, we will see you on the next one. Kelly, thanks again for joining us.
Yeah, thanks, Mr. Rose.